He got fouled. Rockets will push. Here's Green. Got Şengün. For a while. Oh my goodness! How about that? Flores, Filipowski, Şengün, patience.
If there's someone famous who turned childhood scars into powerful strides on the basketball court, transforming adversity into a flame to rise above, it's Alperen Şengün. From a boy growing up on the rugged streets of Giresun, Turkey, often injured during practice, Alperen has become an all-star for the Houston Rockets, a symbol of modern basketball. A multi-million-dollar contract, a string of luxurious properties, and gleaming supercars in his garage stand as proof of his extraordinary journey. But how could a player who once hurled insults at a referee continue to shine on the NBA's grandest stage? How vast has the empire of power and wealth that Alperen Şengün built grown? Today, let's uncover the lesser-known corners of Alperen Şengün's life and career right here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss out on these top-tier stories about this superstar. Your support is the fuel that keeps us bringing you even more compelling content.
Hey Houston fans, today's a game day and I want you to come with me.
Growing up covered in scars, Alperen Şengün, a name now synonymous with pride for Turkish basketball and a bright star in the NBA, had a childhood far from easy. Born on July 25, 2002, in Giresun, a small city in northeastern Turkey, Alperen grew up in a modest family where big dreams seemed out of reach. His parents wanted him to become a swimmer, a safe and familiar path for them. But the heart of that 8-year-old boy beat faster, watching his older brother dominate the basketball court. That was the defining moment when Alperen chose to abandon the cold water for the orange ball, a decision that not only changed his life, but also touched the resilient tears of his youth. Life in Giresun wasn't a perfect picture. Alperen once shared in an interview with The Athletic that he and his friends often got hurt playing on those rough streets. "I have scars all over, arms, knees," he said, his voice tinged with nostalgia. Back then, he didn't have fancy basketball shoes or a proper court. Instead, young Alperen had to make do with bare feet and a worn-out ball under the scorching sun or relentless rain of the Black Sea coast. Yet it was that very scarcity that forged a resilient Alperen, a kid who never gave up even with bleeding hands or bruised knees. At just 8, Alperen was guided by his first coach, Salim Tasli, a close friend of his father. Salim, who had toiled at gas stations in the U.S. before returning to Turkey, saw a spark in Alperen's eyes. From training sessions with his brother on Giresun's youth team, Alperen began his journey. By 12, he was spotted by Ahmet Gürgen, a Banvit scout, at a local tournament. Within 10 days, Alperen left his family behind, heading to Bandırma to start his professional basketball career. Imagine the feeling of a boy leaving his mother's embrace, the warmth of home-cooked meals, to step into a harsh world where talent had to be proven with every drop of sweat. In Bandırma, Alperen faced immense pressure. At 16, he played in Turkey's second division, taking on grown men ready to knock him down to protect their pride. But Alperen didn't flinch. He studied his idol Hakeem Olajuwon through grainy videos, practicing tirelessly to perfect every step, every spin. By 2020, signing with Beşiktaş, he erupted with an average of 19.2 points and 9.4 rebounds per game, earning the Basketball Super League MVP title at 18. It was the fruit of sleepless nights, silent tears from homesickness, and an unshakable belief that every hardship was worth it. Alperen Şengün's childhood is a tale of sacrifice, of scars not just on his body but in his soul. Before the 2021 NBA draft, he wasn't just a young talent. He was the embodiment of dreams overcoming adversity, a reminder that sometimes the darkest days lead to the brightest light. But Alperen's story was only beginning, and what he achieved next truly leaves people in awe. The second Turkish player in NBA history to make the All-Star team. His career is an emotional symphony where the low notes of struggle blend with the soaring melodies of progress, leaving anyone who witnesses it whispering to themselves, "Sometimes dreams really can reach far." It all started as a scrawny teen leaving his family at 12 to join Banvit's youth team in Bandırma. Picture this moment. A boy clutching a small bag, eyes red as the bus pulled away, leaving behind his mom's cooking and his brother's laughter on the court. But that sacrifice laid the groundwork for his future. In 2018-19, Alperen led Banvit to the Turkish Youth League title and won MVP, a first milestone showing his talent couldn't be contained. Moving to Teksuit Bandırma in the Super League, he faced crushing pressure from bigger, seasoned opponents. Yet instead of crumbling, he learned to stand tall, refining his skills through grueling practice hours. By 2020, donning Beşiktaş's jersey, Alperen exploded. Averaging 19.2 points and 9.4 rebounds per game, he became the youngest MVP in Basketball Super League history at 18. That's when the NBA took note.
Thunder select Alperen Şengün
At pick 16 by the Oklahoma City Thunder before he was traded to the Houston Rockets. But don't think it got easy from there. His first NBA season was a real test. A foreign language, a new culture, and the pressure to prove himself in a brutal league. He once told The Athletic about those long, lonely nights, craving his mom's voice over the phone to ease his homesickness. Then, like a simmering volcano, Alperen erupted. In the 2022-23 season, he began cementing himself as one of the NBA's top young centers, averaging 14.8 points, 9 rebounds, and 3.9 assists per game. By 2023-24, he rose to true stardom, 21.6 points, 9.3 rebounds, and 5 assists, becoming the first center in NBA history to average over 20 points and 5 assists in a season. His silky spins and slick passes echoed his idol Hakeem Olajuwon, whom he tirelessly studied via old footage. But the peak didn't stop there. In January 2025, Alperen earned his first All-Star nod, becoming the second Turkish player in history to achieve this honor after Mehmet Okur. He overcame a horrific ankle and knee injury in 2024, wheeled off the court during a game against the Sacramento Kings. That moment, with the crowd clapping in support, proved his steel spirit, a young man who never quits. From shaky steps on rugged streets, Alperen Şengün has shattered limits to stand tall at the top. Today, he's not just a star on the court, but a symbol of a stunning financial transformation. A multi-million-dollar contract takes Alperen to the top. From nothing to financial heights, recall Alperen's early days. No fancy shoes, no decent court, just a tattered ball and relentless bare feet. Now, he stands atop a financial peak thanks to talent and iron will. Arriving in the NBA in 2021, picked 16th by the Oklahoma City Thunder before joining the Rockets, he started with a rookie salary of $3.2 million. By the 2024-25 season, his earnings hit $5.4 million, and with an extension signed in October 2024, $185 million over 5 years, averaging $37 million annually. Alperen turned those lean days into history. His total NBA contract earnings to date exceed $15 million, a figure that staggers the mind when you consider the road he's traveled. Real estate, where dreams lay roots. Alperen keeps his personal life private, but with his current income, he's surely invested in real estate, the mark of a star with foresight. In Houston, where he's tied to the Rockets, the housing market brims with potential. A villa worth $1 to $2 million in a posh area like River Oaks or Memorial is entirely plausible. Picture it, a spacious home with a shimmering pool, a private gym to maintain his peak fitness, and a corner displaying a Beşiktaş jersey, a keeper of unfading memories. It's not just property, it's a haven he's built to make up for the years away from family since age 12. He might have also invested back in Turkey. A vacation home worth around 500,000 US dollars near the Black Sea in Giresun, where he once dreamed under his hometown sky, keeps his roots alive. These investments don't just show wealth, they reflect a longing to build a solid future, a place to return after grueling games. Car collection, speed and class. For an NBA star like Alperen, a car collection showcases style and speed, the forces that propelled him to the top. Though no official details exist, his income could easily afford dream rides. A Mercedes-Benz G-Class, priced around 150,000 USD, suits a 6'11" center, powerful, roomy, like his dominance under the basket. Imagine him cruising Houston streets, headlights blazing like his confident gaze on the court. It doesn't stop there. A Lamborghini Urus, starting at 230,000 USD, could symbolize his explosiveness, mirroring his dynamic plays. And with Turkish roots, a BMW M5 blending luxury and performance might be his self-gifted reward, recalling his journey from Bandırma to America. The collection's total value, though speculative, could hit 500,000 US dollars, a declaration he's far beyond the days without proper shoes. Endorsements and investments. A star's moves beyond NBA pay. Alperen boosts his wealth through endorsements. As a standout for the Rockets and Turkish basketball, he's caught brands' eyes. Though specifics aren't public, with his 2025 All-Star status and growing influence, he likely signed deals with sports labels like Nike or Adidas, estimated at 500,000 to 1 million USD yearly, fair for a rising star. Photo shoots and short ads turn his name to gold. On investments, Alperen doesn't stop at real estate. With sharp instincts, he may have poured cash into funds or tech startups, a common NBA trend. A modest 200,000 to 300,000 US dollar stake in stocks or a Houston or Turkish startup isn't far-fetched, diversifying his wealth and securing his future. These quiet, smart steps show he's not just great at basketball, but at growing money too. With his meteoric rise in career and finance, Alperen Şengün doesn't just rule the court. He's crafted a top-tier lifestyle. Success has ushered him into personal passions where he finds joy and calm after tense court hours. A unique passion for magic. First, let's talk about Alperen's fierce love for Harry Potter. He's not just a casual fan, he's a true devotee. In an NBA TV interview, he beamed, saying, "I'm a big Harry Potter fan." Picture him in a room styled like a Hogwarts library, dim light from floating candles, holding a limited edition hardcover or rewatching his favorite film on a big screen with booming surround sound. With tens of millions yearly, it's easy to see him owning pricey collectibles like a real wand from Universal Studios or VIP tickets to the Wizarding World Park in Florida. It's how he escapes into a magical realm where pressure fades, leaving only the pure joy of his Giresun boyhood. Beyond magic, Alperen's a foodie, especially for Turkish cuisine. He doesn't just enjoy it, he proudly flaunts his heritage through every dish. Skipping lavish Michelin-starred feasts, he might have hired a private chef to recreate fragrant kebabs or sweet baklava at home. Imagine him at a finely set table, spicy aromas wafting, grilled meat melting in his mouth, pulling him back to childhood days with family. For him, food isn't just a pleasure. It's a tether to his roots, a luxury no money can match for warmth. And then there's Alperen's fashion flair, inseparable from his high-end life. He doesn't just dress well, he turns every appearance into a runway. On NBA TV's Rate These Fits, he confidently judged and discussed style, revealing a keen taste. Before games, he strides in with tailored suits, pricey Gucci or off-white shoes, and a gleaming watch, perhaps a Rolex worth tens of thousands. It's not just clothes, it's how he claims his identity, from a boy with nothing to a man who commands every gaze. These are Alperen Şengün's joys and passions, gathered from various sources. If you want more intriguing behind-the-scenes details about his life, we encourage you to explore other outlets for the most accurate info. Alperen Şengün isn't just a court star, he's a bold personality who sometimes shocks. These are unforgettable moments in his career, where personal actions and emotions occasionally overshadow his rising stardom. Harsh words for the refs. It exploded in December 2024 during a heated game against the Sacramento Kings. Şengün was fined $15,000 for inappropriate remarks to a referee, a move that stunned onlookers. Not just him, coach Aimou Doka and teammate Tari Eason were also penalized for similar conduct in that game. The image of him arguing fiercely, voice thick with frustration, cut like a knife through the calm people expected from a promising young player. It's an uneasy feeling, like watching someone you trust suddenly lose themselves. It didn't end there. Şengün stirred the pot further with a social media reaction. After a loss to the Golden State Warriors in February 2023, he posted a cryptic shrugging man on Twitter. With 5 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists in 24 minutes, he was pulled mid-third quarter and never returned. That emoji was a hushed grumble, a cold shrug at the coach's call. People wondered, who's he blaming? The coach, the team, or himself? His silence afterward only fanned the flames of debate. How the Rockets used Şengün became a lightning rod for criticism. Many argue the team wastes his talent, forcing him into pick-and-roll finishes instead of letting him dominate the low post, where he could reign. Debates rage on. Does the team truly grasp his worth? Or are they stifling a gem by failing to polish it right? That frustration hits like a cold wind, sweeping through once vivid dreams of a glorious future. Coach Aimou Doka didn't stay out of the fray. He publicly called out Şengün's attitude, demanding he stop complaining and focus on playing. Udoka's words were sharp as a blade. He needs steel resolve, not weak emotions clouding his game. It was a harsh blow to Şengün's pride, like being backed into a corner, forced to face himself under his coach's stern gaze. Finally, rumors of a potential Rockets trade for Şengün muddied the waters further. Though unconfirmed, whispers of his mismatch with the team's strategy left people reeling. Him, once seen as the Rockets' future, now at risk of being shipped out? It's a heavy feeling, like watching someone close drift away, leaving an unfillable void. Despite facing plenty of criticism and pressure, he never forgets the unique values he holds dear. While basketball brings him fame, love is where he returns, a place free of chaos or spotlights, offering only sincerity and peace. A beautiful, unassuming love. A 22-year-old 6'11" guy tearing up the NBA court with slick spins, but when the stage lights dim, he picks a quiet corner to rest his heart. That's Alperen Şengün, not a flashy hero with loud love tales, but a young man true to his feelings, quietly by his girlfriend Hannah Cherry's side. In the high-stakes NBA world, where every eye pries, Alperen keeps his love like a precious gem, understated yet deep enough to make you pause and feel it. Alperen and Hannah met sometime before 2022, though the exact day remains their little secret. On April 13, 2022, they went public on Instagram, with Hannah posting pics captioned, "Heaven's Gates," and Alperen replying, "My baby I." It was the first glimpse of them not just as a couple, but as kindred spirits, a Turkish dreamer and a girl cheering him on. By Valentine's Day 2024, Hannah wrote, "My sugar boo, I'm levitating," and Alperen shot back, "I love you so much, heart eyes." Those weren't just sweet nothings. They were a vow, a pledge between two young souls facing tough days together. Alperen's private life lacks Hollywood drama or lavish wedding shots. He's unmarried, and at 22, that's no surprise. But what stops you in your tracks is how he keeps Hannah close, despite the NBA's whirlwind. In a rare chat on Podcast P with Paul George, Alperen laughed, saying Hannah knows zilch about basketball. "She's there for me after every game, but has no clue what I just did out there," he said. "Don't you see it? That honesty, that innocence, like a cool breeze in life's heat. They don't need to shout their love to the world. Small moments, like Hannah in the Rockets stands, quietly rooting, say it all. Isn't that what we've all craved? Someone by our side, not for fame or glory, but for who we truly are." For Alperen, Hannah seems that anchor. Though her background's a mystery, maybe Turkish like him, hinted by some Instagram captions, it matters less than how they hold hands through the days. Alperen Şengün isn't one to flaunt. He's a Giresun kid raised on basketball and dreams. Now, amid multi-million-dollar deals and Rockets pressure, he keeps his personal life discreet, like he guards the ball before a game-changing shot. His love with Hannah has no public flair or storms, but it's strong in its own way, a steady flame, warm enough to thaw the coldest career nights. And as he stands on the court, somewhere in his heart, he knows he's not alone. Alperen Şengün isn't just the Rockets' talented center. He's a flame-igniting hope for millions, from kids back home to NBA crowds roaring with every score. His influence isn't just in slick spins or records, but in a big heart always reaching for those who need him most, doing everything to help his homeland. When a devastating earthquake shook Turkey in 2023, claiming over 50,000 lives, Alperen didn't stand still. He auctioned off his and his Rockets teammates' jerseys, raising over $43,000 USD for ABOP, an organization aiding victims with food, clean water, and shelter. It wasn't just money, it was warmth from someone who grew up knowing hardship, who gets the cost of loss. "I want to help my homeland," he said simply in an interview, voice catching as if the world could feel his pain. Who hasn't wanted to reach out to loved ones when they fall? Alperen's impact stretches beyond borders. In Houston, he's a beacon of grit, from a boy juggling swimming and basketball to the Rockets' first All-Star since James Harden. He inspires kids in Banderma, where he played for Banvit, that dreams have no limits. "I saw kids at school broadcasting about me," he shared on X in 2024, eyes gleaming with pride. That's his power, not just 19 points, 10.5 rebounds per game, but how he makes others believe they can rise too. His charity goes beyond cash. He shows up at basketball camps, handing out balls and shoes to starry-eyed kids like he once wished for. With a $185 million deal signed in 2024, he's not just building a career, but bridges of hope. Alperen Şengün proves talent can change fates, but a heart changes the world. As he stands on the court, sweat dripping, don't you feel it? That fire burning from Giresun to every listening heart? Alperen Şengün isn't just a rocket star, he's a symbol of resilience and inspiration. At 22, he's locked in impressive feats and a clear vision for what's ahead. Beyond personal wins, he yearns to take the Rockets to the top, bringing a championship ring to the team and those who've always believed in him. Dreams of conquering the NBA's peak. At 22, he's not just a first-time All-Star honored in January, but the heartbeat of the team, carrying all its hopes and dreams on his shoulders. With 19.1 points, 10.4 rebounds, and 4.9 assists over 72 games this season, he's a relentless flame lighting up Houston's long nights. Picture him on February 16th at Chase Center under all-star lights, representing all of Turkey, a sight swelling with pride and stinging eyes. Right now, Alperen's at his peak. On February 4th against the Brooklyn Nets, he returned from a calf injury, dropping 24 points and 20 rebounds, a bold statement that nothing can keep him down. His fluid spins, clever passes, he's the Hakeem Olajuwon he's always admired. But behind the shine are silent sweat drops, exhausting practices, and homesickness for Giresun. He doesn't just play, he lives for it, for those who trust in him. Looking to 2025's future, Alperen won't stop. With a 5-year, $185 million USD extension, he's locked in with the Rockets, aiming to push them deeper into the playoffs than ever. After finishing 2024-25 as the Western Conference's second seed, he's dreaming of a title, a ring not just for him, but for everyone who's followed since day one. He told The Athletic, "I want to leave a mark, not just stats, but inspiration." It's a promise from a boy nearly broken by 2 childhood car accidents, now standing like a mountain. Alperen's plans go beyond playing. He wants to sharpen himself. Better long-range shots, stronger physique, a true leader. Every game's a story, every dunk a claim. He's writing his dream onward, and in his heart, it's a quest to outdo himself and reach the stars. A journey proving that no matter how tough life gets, keep going, and the light's always ahead. Finally, we're not responsible for any interpretation or use of this video's content. Viewers should judge, verify info, and take it selectively. Thanks for joining me through Alperen Şengün's tale, from Turkey's small streets to the NBA's glow. Journeys like this remind me of dreams' power, and I'm grateful you're here to share it. If it moves you, hit like, share to spread that fire, and subscribe with the bell to keep rolling with us ahead.